Asylum Justin Bellamar for Revolution News here at Lethbridge, Alberta. Well, folks, I'm currently standing here outside of the Lethbridge courthouse where as a good news had occurred earlier. Well, Chris Lysak and Joey Moran is now out of jail. After more than 700 days, today they're now freed and now they're able to return to their families and be with their loved ones after being separated with their loved ones for more than 2 years. It has actually been 2 years now since those four were being jailed. And of course, folks, the other part here is the Crown has agreed to drop the charges of conspiracy to murder RCMP officers against Jerry Moran and Chris Lysak. And of course, folks, the other thing here is they actually took a plea deal which led to them being freed from pre-trial custody. But of course, folks, the other part here is, well, Chris Carbert and Anthony Olenek are still behind bars. And the other part here, folks, is that those two men are gonna be having their next court date on February 20th. But well, for sure here, folks, this is a good news that the Crown decided to drop the charges of conspiracy to murder RCMP officers against Jerry Moran and Chris Lysak. And what, of course, folks, the other part here, these two men are now free, and now we're sure they happily returned, well, to their loved ones. But of course, folks, is well, these two men were also given credit for the time that they spent behind bars. So in other words here, folks, not only that they're being released, and also they're now given a credit for the amount of time they spent behind bars, which is completely ridiculous. As what for sure, this is a type of political messaging from Justin Trudeau of if you dare to do what this four men did, look what I'm gonna do to you, all that stuff. But for at least two of the four men are now free from pre-trial custody. But of course, folks, well, no matter of what happens in the next court date of Olenek and Carbert, well, just like Jerry Moran and Chris Lysak, those other two are innocent until proven guilty. For Revolution News, I'm Asylum Justin Bellamar. Folks, if you think this is a very important case to cover, please support my independent journalism by heading over to donorbox.org/revolutionfreedomreports. That's donorbox.org/revolutionfreedomreports. And of course, folks, if you can kick in the back or two, that would be greatly appreciated, because, well, of course, this trip had already cost me hundreds of dollars, especially when it comes to plane ticket, and the place where I am staying at cost me hundreds of dollars too. So once again, if you're in a position to do so, please support my independent journalism, as your support will actually go towards paying the bills for this trip, and your support is highly appreciated. Thank you so much here, folks.